Have you ever noticed them? The people who spend time alone. Not because they're lonely. Not because they're shy. Not because they're broken. Just because they choose it. There's something quietly powerful about someone who walks through life alone, not aimlessly, but intentionally. They move at their own rhythm. They listen to their own thoughts. And yes, psychology has a lot to say about why this matters. For decades, society has misunderstood them. We label them as loners, as outsiders, as people missing something. But being alone isn't always a deficit. Sometimes it's a strength. People who spend time alone are not avoiding life. They are often engaging with it in a different way. They notice details others miss. The slight shift in tone when someone speaks, the weight behind unspoken words, the ebb and flow of energy in a room. They've learned that connection doesn't always come from proximity. Being surrounded by people doesn't mean being understood. A room full of laughter can feel hollow if it doesn't resonate with your inner world. And here's where it gets interesting. Psychologists at the University of Buffalo called this preference for solitude unsociability. Not antisocial, not avoidant, just a calm, confident choice to be with yourself. And when researchers studied these people, plot twist, they weren't just surviving, they were thriving. Why? It starts in the brain. The dopamine system, the part of your brain that regulates reward and motivation, works differently in people who prefer solitude. Where extroverts get a massive rush from social interaction, those who enjoy alone time reach their optimal stimulation much faster. Think of it like flavor. An extrovert needs a full jalapeno to feel the spice. Someone who enjoys solitude? One tiny flake is enough. They're satisfied, energized, centered. And there's more. Their prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for reflection, planning, and deep thinking, activates during quiet moments. Alone time isn't wasted time. It's when their mind throws a party of creativity, problem-solving, and insight. Some of history's most extraordinary minds embraced this. Nikola Tesla spent hours in quiet isolation mapping ideas no one else could see. Emily Dickinson wrote poems behind closed doors, rarely leaving her house. Frida Kahlo painted self-portraits that captured worlds inside her mind. Even artists today, entrepreneurs and writers, seek their own spaces to think without distraction. But before you start diagnosing yourself, pause. There's a difference between choosing solitude and hiding in it. Some people retreat to avoid judgment, rejection, or discomfort. That's not the same as choosing to be alone because it nurtures your inner life. Psychologist Abraham Maslow once said, "Healthy solitude comes from a place of abundance, not scarcity. You enjoy being alone because you've had meaningful connections, and you know you can have them again. You're not running from people, you're running toward yourself." So, the question isn't whether you like being alone. The question is why you like it. If your answer involves words like recharge, create, process, reflect, you're likely in the healthy unsociability zone. If your answer involves words like safer, easier, less painful, maybe it's worth exploring further. Neither is wrong, neither is broken. It's just understanding yourself. Here's another fascinating insight. Spending time alone can actually strengthen your relationships. Research from Dr. Bella DiPaolo at UC Santa Barbara found that single people who embrace solitude often have deeper, more meaningful connections with friends and family than those who are constantly coupled. Why? Because they're not seeking one person to fill every need. They're whole on their own. This wholeness translates into connection. When you spend time alone, you recharge, you reset. You arrive at social interactions fully present, rather than drained or desperate. You're not bringing neediness to the table, you're bringing your whole self. And there's something liberating about that. To know that being alone isn't a flaw, that quiet time isn't wasted, that solitude can be a form of social intelligence. Take a look at Japan. There's a word for this, hitori, alone time. It's not a stigma, it's celebrated. Restaurants have solo seating, movie theaters have single seats, there are even solo karaoke booths, places where singing alone is not weird, it's an experience. Meanwhile, in the West, we ask, why are you eating alone? Why aren't you at the party? Aren't you lonely? As if being alone is a confession, as if seeking your own company is a failure. Here's the truth. It's not failure, it's skill. Alone time helps people regulate emotions, process experiences, and build resilience. It's how they notice, reflect, and innovate. It's how they connect more authentically when they do choose connection. Some might fear isolation, some might misunderstand it, but for those who embrace it, it's empowering, it's intentional, it's restorative. Being alone isn't about shutting life out. It's about tuning life in, listening closely to your thoughts, your feelings, your desires, seeing the world clearly, deciding what truly matters. And it's not just about quiet reflection. Alone time can be playful, creative, and adventurous. Drawing, painting, reading, cooking, even mundane tasks, laundry, dishes, feeding pets, become moments of mindfulness when done with presence. People who thrive in solitude have figured out something the rest of us are still learning. Being alone isn't a void, it's not emptiness, it's a canvas, a space to explore, create, think, and simply be. It's also protective. In a world addicted to constant stimulation, always on, always scrolling, always performing, solitude becomes a refuge, a chance to step back, observe, and reconnect with yourself. So, if you're someone who spends time alone, here's your permission slip. You are not weird. You are not broken. Your brain is wired to recharge, to process, to flourish in solitude. And the world needs people like you. People who can reflect without distraction. People who can think deeply without constant input. People who know that connection is richest when it's chosen, not needed. Next time someone asks why you're alone, you can smile and say, "I like myself," and watch the conversation end. Because that's the point. The unspoken psychology of social isolation isn't sadness. It's wisdom. It's presence. It's power. And if this video helped you understand yourself a little better or see someone you know in a new light, kindly subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, talk about your experience. Let others know that being alone isn't something to hide, it's something to embrace.